All right. So, hello everyone. Welcome. I am the Mongol Man, and today I'm going to be reading this quote here and talking about it. I believed it was quoted by, I think his name is Alvin Toffler, and this one here says Gavin Nascimento. So, this quote is really fucking powerful, and it really hits on the state that we're in, the brainwashed masses, mass psychosis, this retardation that I speak of, and it's really something to marinate on and to reread. And I'm going to read the quote and then talk about how I feel about it. All right, gang, let's do it. So the quote reads, "The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot unlearn the many lies that they have been conditioned to believe and seek out the hidden knowledge that they have been conditioned to reject." So, what does this mean? To me, what I've seen is that people are overeducated, quote unquote, educated in the system, the public school system that a lot of people are in and that has been created, and people get wrapped up into college and graduate college and master's degrees and all this stuff. All this shit, a lot of it is all mind-based. It's all neck up learning. The entire lower body is basically left out. At least, everything's mental. It's all and it's all pushing this Watiko mind virus. This whole idea of the ego, the mind, the mental body, where the ego thrives. People get caught up in, well, I've learned this stuff. So if you're a doctor, you spent 10 years going to school and then getting all your different doctoral degrees, medical school. And it's like, you have a lot of fucking time and money and energy and pain and suffering wrapped up in, I'm a doctor, this is my degree, and you're making money and you're paying off your debt or whatever. It's like, it's pretty fucking hard for a lot of people to swallow that red pill of all of that information has been bought out by either the Rockefellers or the Rothschilds. One of those guys bought out all the books and pushed all the educational stuff towards being all this mind-based stuff. And we're not taught that life, in my opinion, life is about being in our bodies. That's why breathing is so important. That's why movement, exercise is so important. Being out in nature, eating healthy. What's our digestion like? What are our other systems in our body? What are they really like? How can we really feel into them? Because that's what it's like being in a human body. That's what we're here to do. That's why we have bodies, okay? If it was all about mind-based stuff, we would just be a floating brain doing shit. But this is the vehicle. This is the vessel. People who are overeducated. They base a lot of their identity on, I know how to read and write. I know how to do these skills. I spent all this time in school learning all this stuff, spending all this money, going through all this pain and suffering, so that I have this piece of paper that says that I'm a doctor. Forgetting about all these other life things that have to do with being quote-unquote successful. So it's, the illiterate are not those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot unlearn the many lies that they have been conditioned to believe. So, like I'm saying, in this overeducation and all these advertisements and all this TV, all these movies that have been put out there for so long, telling us how to live, telling us how to be. So, like I said, you're a doctor. You've been told a lot of lies about medicine, big pharma, mental health, Adderall, SSRIs, all this stuff. And there's a lot of emotional entrenchment. It's emotional mind control. Because we're not taught about our emotions, We're taught about our mind. We're taught how to think, but we're not taught how to not think. We're not taught how to breathe, how to eat properly, how to optimize our digestion and our nervous system and all this stuff. And people get entrenched. Like I said earlier, the Watiko is what the Native Americans called the mind virus, and it's something I feel called to look more into. It's just it's all this mind stuff, guys. It's really not about mind stuff, really. We're meant to be heart-based, and our electromagnetic field from our heart is, I believe, 5,000 times bigger than the mind. And we don't need all this information, all this nonsense, math, science, geography, fake history. We need certain basics like reading and writing and arithmetic. And then from that point, we should be allowed to do whatever the fuck we want to do, not made to stand in straight lines and sit down and be quiet and have to raise your hand to go to the bathroom. And if you have to eat something, you have to wait for lunchtime and recess and blah, blah, blah. All that stuff. It's what we've been conditioned. We've been conditioned to think that we need to raise our hand and ask permission to use our body to go to the bathroom. Think about how fucked up that is, guys. So we're unwinding that. People say, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry to bother you. Sorry. Everyone's sorry all the fucking time. I don't need your sorrow. The world doesn't need your sorrow. Okay? What would be nice if you had some self-empowerment, some self-esteem, some self-acceptance. And that's not what we are taught in school. We are taught that failing is bad, and you do what you're told, and then you get to go on to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next grade, and the next grade, and the next school, and the next school, and the next school, and now you have a job, and we didn't teach you how to navigate in the quote-unquote real world. We taught you how to navigate in the school system and abide by these teachers that tell you how to live life. And side note, kind of, I had one male teacher from kindergarten to 8th grade who was my main teacher. One. So that's another aspect of this whole system. A lot of boys that are already in an uncomfortable environment, in a classroom, in artificially lit inside when we want to be outside playing, running around with our friends. Okay, and then we're taught that we need to sit and listen and be quiet, listen to a woman tell us how to do things, or how to sit there and read and write and be a good little boy. Don't piss off the lady. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot unlearn the many lies that they have been conditioned to believe and seek out the hidden knowledge that they have been conditioned to reject. So, one big aspect of education is stifling the imagination, the creative force that is existence itself. That is what the education system absolutely is. Overall, it's about limiting what is possible and what is not possible. They tell you this is how you can do things. This is what you are not allowed to do. Stand in a straight line, sit down, listen to me, do a good job, get good grades, don't teamwork. They teach you not to build teamwork. How do they do this? It's all about testing and exams, which a lot of kids are not good at. You sit there, you take a test, and you are not allowed to talk to your friends or look at their paper like I like to do. I like to copy off of other kids' paper because I didn't know what the fuck the right answers were. It was scary. It was nerve-wracking. I wasn't good at paying attention and listening and studying. We're a team. We're a fucking team here. We're all brothers and sisters here. We should all be helping each other get the right answers to learn the information. That's what it's about. It's about learning. It's about taking in the information. But so many people are conditioned to think that certain things are possible, certain things are not possible. We're not taught about the chakra system. We're not really taught about God in the true sense, or the connectedness of the universe. And a lot of this isn't taught overtly. It's not told, you're not going to learn about God or blah, blah, blah. It's covert. Okay? Like I'm saying, we're taught covertly to be competitive. He got an A, I only got a C. I feel bad about it. Don't copy off my paper. I'm going to cover my arm like this. Nobody copy off the paper. Everyone be quiet. And people don't talk about the fact that there is hidden knowledge. There's a term, ignorance. We all know what ignorance is. We do not know what nescience is. Nescience is information that was blatantly hidden. So being someone who is nescient, someone who is ignorant because of the fact that they had information that was hidden from them. It's all neck up learning, right? All mind-based stuff. Another thing is they tell us about Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy. Then they tell us at some point, yeah, that shit doesn't exist. Those aren't real. These creatures that break into your home at night and give you gifts or blah, 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 they don't exist. What does this covertly teach us? Magic does not exist. There's nothing outside of this human vessel that I have any control over. So I'm just a human meat bag and I fucking hate my life. And I'm in 4th grade and everything fucking sucks. Okay? So that's how I felt at times. And that's because I'm like, I'm stupid. I'm dumb. I'm wrong. I'm not good at school. There wasn't other ideas around learning. And so that's why I feel really passionate about alternative educations, so that we're not having to unravel and deal with people that have been conditioned to reject the hidden knowledge that is there for them. That's why so many people are asleep and entrenched in their emotional baggage and turmoil and have these reactions that are simply stemming from the brainstem, the reptilian brain, because they're locked in this reactive nonsense, because so many people are in survival mode to just make money and, going into the whole slave system, starting from public school, ending in, higher education, college and universities. It's a trick to get people to go to college, to think they need a job from college so that they'll pay off all the debt. We don't need to be in all this debt as people, as individuals. So many people are in so much fucking debt from school. And then they have no desire to look at what are called conspiracy theories, which is the truth. It's true information. And the origins of humanity and the origins of the cabal and all this stuff. It's like, it's deep. So yeah, guys, this was fun. Got to get fired up here, and I take it you got some value out of this. I hope you feel called to take some action. Hope you're inspired and motivated. You can hit me up. We're doing cool stuff out here in Illinois with the kiddos, and it's really good. Very good. Hope you enjoyed me being shirtless. And that's because I'm going to go take a shower soon, guys. I'm going to get up in the morning and I'm going to start a garden in my backyard. So, I love you all. Thank you for watching and listening. Peace.